who is your ideal client profile and what problem do you solve? Hello, welcome to CoachGrid. My name is Joe Spearden here with Kirsten Davis. Today, this is an episode for me. This is an episode for us. Oftentimes when we're in these episodes, we want to provide something for a lot of value for you, the people that are watching this, and helping you be a better coach. And honestly, this is still that.
This is event session.
This is event session.
Is that what you're trying to say?
So I'm gonna make sure that the editors get like the beep button ready because normally we don't do a lot of cursing in this. But as we've worked with so many different coaches and been coaches ourselves, I think we've seen so many places where coaches are their own worst enemies. And there's all these terms about, the coaching industry is dead and coaching industry is this, and people don't trust coaches, or, everybody's complaining about different stuff. But really, there's some really simple shit that coaches could do that they don't. Mm-hmm. And they hide behind a lot of other practices that feel really good, but do not get them any credibility as a coach, don't make them any money as a coach. And that's honestly one of the problems is the coaches that sell you the lie that they don't want to make any money. That's not true. And so the coaches that say that have already put themselves at a disadvantage because now they have to strategize around this idea that I'm going to be this pauper and destitute through this thing. And, some magical way I'm still going to make it work, but there's no strategy behind it. So first thing I want to talk about is, as we work with coaches through the complete coach system, is foundations. And foundations in our program, it's an 8-week program. We do this foundational piece because so many coaches don't. Because so many coaches I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to build 17 different offers and I'm going to throw them out and I'm going to rebrand every 3 weeks, but they never lay a foundation. Mm-hmm. And as they never lay that foundation, and you're just gonna have to cut me off on this episode if you want to talk, because I'm just gonna keep going. They don't lay this foundational piece. Mm-hmm. And so what is the foundation? It's, who am I talking to? And the number one thing that everybody is, what I do is for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's not.
I think what they're really saying the majority of the time is, but I want everybody to like me.
Yeah. I want everybody to like me. And also I'm worried, even though I've said that I don't want to make any money, that somebody that would want to hire me won't hire me because I've dedicated myself to this other space. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of this like open relationship in the coaching industry where I want to be for everybody, but I also want to be seen as exclusive and seen as professional and not wanting to have it both ways. Yeah. And so the number one thing that we do is say, who are you talking to? And what problem do you solve? Well, I just help them in life. I help them. And they come up with like these 6 or 7 buzzwords, right? Mm-hmm. Transformation, embodiment, coming back to myself, coming back to yourself, authenticity. And it's these buzzwords that sound cool and honestly have some importance, but are completely immeasurable. Mm-hmm. And so somebody says, I help men in their 40s come back to themselves. No one knows what the fuck that means. And so, of course, they're not going to work with you. They're not going to do anything with you because they don't know the terminology that you're using in that space. Mm-hmm. So we, through this foundational process, again, say, who are you talking to? What things do they actually say? Yeah. And we really dial in that, like, who is your ideal client profile?
Yeah. This is a good topic for me this week because I've been that person that you're ranting about up until like this week. I slipped back into the pattern of being like, I have to do it this certain way and I have to speak so carefully about how I build this technology. And it just got so boring and my engagement dropped to 0. Like my views were down, like they just kept dropping like by double. And it was like an average like reel used to get at least 1,000 views for me before. And it was at like just that 200 view jail. And people are like, I'm shadow banned. And it's like, no, you've gotten back into your head and you're talking about the boring thing. And so what I did is I pulled out some photos that are not professional coaching industry photos. Like it was me at this branding retreat where I kind of just went, I was like, I'm going to push an edge here and just see what it feels like. And I had I don't know, I had like wings on, like these like dark, and I had like, I don't know, like these like heels and mini skirt, and it wasn't the professional look, but it's very me. It's very authentic to me. I have a very professional side, and I also have this side that's edgier and likes to push those limits, especially in the online space. And so I pulled out those photos and I pulled out my swear words that I'd put myself in jail for. And I did this post where I was just ranting, and I was mad. I was genuinely mad because I was so tired of, I'm like, I know that I have like 6 hot leads and nobody's buying because I'm not showing them who I am, because I think I'm supposed to go into this box because now we're building tech, where when I first started coaching, I wasn't yet doing tech. And so anyway, I came out with this fire. And the first person that booked a call with me from that was this accountant. He's got like the button up shirt. He's like 50. And he's like, I'm really resonating with your post. I'm like, okay, this is why you have to be yourself. And you also need to know who you're talking to and speak to exactly that person. I called out exactly what I was feeling. And spoiler alert, you are your ideal client.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through, whatever you've been through, that's what they're feeling. So
absolutely. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more, of course. I think oftentimes people in the name of authenticity feel like I have to let everybody see every part of me. You don't. You need to be clear about what parts people are seeing and why. And people can sense when it's not authentic.
Yeah.
They can sense when it's rehearsed, when it's performed, when it's not you, when it's a strategy or a plan that doesn't actually resonate with who you are. And you can get into the ethereal space of like, oh, the energy doesn't feel right or whatever it is. Regardless of how you want to define it, people know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the other stuff that we've been talking about. If you don't know who you're talking to, people don't know who you're talking to. If people don't know what problem you solve, how do you expect them to know what problem you solve? And then when you start talking about your unique value, now that really goes into this thing that we're going to be launching May 1st around the idea of becoming irreplaceable. And again, spoiler alert, you already are, but it's, do you have awareness around that? Can you speak to that? Can you operate in that space? And at the bottom of all of this, the reason this is a rant is because every day I see brilliant, amazing coaches that could be killing it, both financially and an impact in the world, rebranding for the 16th time and putting together their 96th offer.
Saying, oh, this program just isn't a fit anymore because I've changed over the last 2 weeks since I ghosted the program that I never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. It's complete, just like self-delusion of, I don't want to have to own anything. I don't want to have to define anything in this space. If any of you are seeing this and you feel called out, good, because this is your opportunity to get clear just on that base level, just on the foundation level, and own that for at least 6 months. And, we talk a lot about different huge names now, Amazon and Instagram and stuff. They started with one thing that they knew they did really well, and they knew why they did that really well. And then they grew.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if Amazon was like from day one, like we sell everything to everybody and all the different stuff they do, never would have happened. Never would have worked. So that's the lesson that we take from it. When you get there, everything else starts to become clear as well.
This is the same thing when you feel like you need to get a haircut. You're like, you know what? Like, it's time. Got to chop it. Got to change it up. There's never a time where you're like happy about that. When you have really long hair, it's probably like 97% of the time girls are like, well, I need to write a journal to myself. I need to get a tattoo. Don't cut your hair. It's the same thing. If you feel like you need to change your offer, if you feel like you need to change your brand, your niche, whatever it is, don't do it. Just what you need to do is maybe just like go a little deeper into where you are right now. And that's the value of having people around you. Of course, there are times that it makes sense to rebrand. Of course, there are times that it makes sense to shift a niche or, dive further into a niche. But in this reality, no exaggeration, 99% of the time when you're doing that, it's from a place of avoidance and a place of sabotage rather than a place of optimization and setting yourself up for success. So CoachGrid.com, go there, book a call with me, book a call with us. Let's help you get clear on that and go be really phenomenal as a coach.